Welcome to another week of the Nebraska Gentleman. I'm your host, Nedu Izu Ebwenam. Shall I say Chinedu Izu Ebwenam? And it is Sunday, October 28th. The time is 9:36. I'm at my desk in my room with my sweatpants on, chilling with no makeup on. As my boy Drizzy Drake likes to sing. I'm in my Husker beanie that I purchased at the Husker bar in New York a couple weeks ago. And in my black sweater, my black glasses on, and my black skin. I'm feeling good, y'all. It's been a long week that I'll dive into here shortly. And I'm finally able to just sit, relax, and talk to y'all. It's what I've been waiting for. I got the Red Sox game to my left. They're up 2-1 right now, heading into the top of the fifth. I know a lot of my fans, Red Sox fans, I should say, are hoping to have something to celebrate tonight. And hopefully this time it's not 3 a.m. Am I right? God damn. But today we are going to talk, this episode we are going to talk about, obviously the Huskers won again. They're on a streak again, but in a good way this time. We are going to talk about the comedy show I just went to. Pretty funny. My first time alone. And I digged it. We're talking about my weekend, what I did, all the travels I did, and we're going to really update the month of October with me and, the goal I had, the journey I began on eating healthier, trying to be more mindful, how I really did stick into that, where I fell off. I'm going to be very honest and open and the whole shebang. But like every week, I start off with the word of the week. So let's get right to it. This week's word of the week from October 29th to November 2nd, or November 4th if we're going to count Sunday actually, next Sunday I mean, is sanguine. Sanguine. Sanguine, not sanguine like I thought. It looks like sanguine, but whatever, Don't want to get the word police arresting me for spelling a word wrong or saying it wrong, pronouncing it wrong, whatever. So an example of this is the mother is sanguine about her daughter's ability to begin walking without assistance. And you know what? I'm going to do something different today. To further illustrate this word, I'm going to do something out of my comfort zone. I notice my confidence, let's just say with exercise, work, women, whatever, it's increased again. I'm getting back to the levels I once was, and I'm aware of it, and it feels good. So to continue pushing that, sometimes I like to continue pushing that confidence that I've really built, trying to build back up that I've started about the last couple of years. I like to do stuff that challenges me and puts me at risk of success and failure. Because it's possible to have both, people. And if I wore a diaper this weekend as a costume, which I'll get into later, what really can stop me? So, here we go. Enjoy this performance. And this is off the cuff. This is first take. We'll get into it. If you want to skip this part, that's fine. If you want to be, what's the word when people sing to you? There's a word when somebody sings to you, and serenade. If you want to feel serenaded right now, here we go. This is first cut. I'm nervous, but I'm also excited. Here we go. It'll start playing in the next couple seconds. Drop the beat. Blackstreet. No diggity. Here we go. Try to get down, good Lord. Baby got him open all over town. Trini biz don't play around, cover much ground, got game by the pound. Getting paid is a forte, each and every day, true play away. Can't get her out of my mind. I think about the girl all the time. East side to the west side, pushing fat rides, it's no surprise. She got tricks in the stash, stacking up the cash, fast when it comes to the gas. By no means average, she's on when she's got to have it. Baby, you're a perfect 10, I wanna get in. Can I get down so I can win? I like the way you work it, no, I got to bag it. I like the way you work it, no, I've got to bag it up. I like the way you work it, no, I got to bag it. I like the way you work it, no, I got to bag it up. She's got class and style, street knowledge by the pound. Baby never act wild, very low key on the profile. Catching feelings is a no, let me tell you how it goes. Herbs the word, spins the verb, lovers it curves, so freak what's your herb? Rolling with the fatness, you don't even know what the half is. You've got to play the fade, just shorty bang and then look your way. I like the way you work it, Trump tight all day, every day. You're blowing my mind, maybe in time, maybe I can get you in my ride. I like the way you work it, no, I got to bag it up. I like the way you work it, no, I got to bag it up. I like the way you work it, no, I've got to bag it up. I like the way you work it, no, I've got to bag it up. Sing it, Hey yo, that girl looks good. Play on, play on, play on, yeah. You're my kind of girl. Hey, oh, no doubt, baby. So get it going on. Play on, play on, play on. I like the way you work it, oh, I've got to bag it up. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Oh. We out, right? Play on, play it. We out. Oh. Applause, thank you. Hold the applause, it's fine. I know I should be on American Idol. I know, but, you know, if I was, could I be doing this? I don't think so. So, yes, man, that was actually fun. Really fun. If you notice my voice going out, especially during the second verse, I have acid reflux. So a lot of the time my throat feels like it's being filled with spit. So I have to swallow a lot. Like I just did right there. Because I did not drink water like I planned to before I sung that. So we're really getting the raw and authentic. No auto-tune. Nedu right there. Perfect 10. I know. Album coming out November 31st. Be ready. But yes, when I feel complacent or just want to build on something that I've been steady at for a while, I like to challenge myself and try something new. I do like to sing, but I've never done that before. I never sang a whole verse for people to know, a whole song for people to hear outside of karaoke. So I cannot wait to listen and play back that part on my drive to work tomorrow. I'm excited. But moving on, speaking of sanguine, let's talk about them Huskers, though. Another win for Scott Frost and those boys back in the Midwest at Memorial Stadium. 45-9 against Bethune-Cookman. Damn, did they look sanguine. I'll get it right. I'll get it right. But yeah, unfortunately, I missed the first quarter, and I'll get actually majority of the first half, and I'll get to why later when I recap my weekend. But the sadness of me missing part of the game quickly dissipated. I think I'm saying that word correctly. When I saw the score, 38-3 by halftime, man, was I pumped! I was ecstatic. It's nice to see the backups enter in the second half too. Although you wish they'd they left or ended the game without allowing a touchdown. It was nice to see the Wildcats end on a high note, heading back to Florida. At least that's where I'm pretty sure they're from. But yeah, I don't get why they weren't allowed to kick that extra point at the end. If anybody else watched the game listening to this, obviously this isn't live. But we're going to pretend it is. You know why? Because this is the biggest podcast at 9:46 p.m. on a Sunday night on October 28th. But if anybody was watching the game and you had the rule book top of your head, please let a brother know why they did not allow them to kick that extra point. I mean, I get it. It doesn't affect the comeback too much. They had no chance with 0 seconds left. I get it. But at the same damn time, 10 sure looks better than 9. And if you don't think so, you're a damn liar. Am I a little passionate right now because it's an odd number, not an even number? A little bit. But come on, 45-10 looks a lot better going home and talking to your friends and family after you get off the bus or plane than saying we lost 45-9. Think about it this way. 10 years from now, when they think back, hey, we played Nebraska, are they going to think, or I should say remember that they scored a touchdown and a field goal, or are they going to think that they kicked 3 field goals? Either you make your kicker look really good and your QB look bad, although I think it might have been a rushing touchdown, I can't remember. Or you remember it for what it was. 45-10 was what it should have been. And that kicker, he looks so fun. Smiling every time. Really short. Yeah, just looked like a ball of life. It was fun to see. Really fun to see. But you also know, what, I'm mumbling my words, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. You know what was also fun to see? Another great performance by my Niger brother, Devin Azigbo. Divine Azigbo. I'm sorry, that was his American name. I effed that up. 110 yards nonetheless on 11 carries. That's an average of 10 yards per carry for my geek friends who are like me. I'm a stat boy. That's incredible. No. That's incredible. Incredible. This guy just keeps getting better and better each week, and I imagine if he continued to play the rest of the game, and I get why he didn't, but if he did, probably would have gotten 300 yards. That's how amazing this kid was, and I cannot wait to see him as a starter for a full season next year. I'm too hyped for that, too hyped. And then, of course, Mr. Martinez did not disappoint either, tossing a couple touchdown passes, and 4 Huskers overall across that end zone on Saturday via the rushing or catching variety. I don't know, y'all. Something just looks different with this team. Looks completely different. I don't know what it is. I don't know if practices are really getting that much better, or what. And excuse me for a second while I plug in my laptop charger. Hopefully you can still hear me okay. But yeah, they definitely look sanguine. Oh my gosh, that was scary. I thought I electrocuted myself. I'm telling you, I don't know if it's the winter or what, but whenever I plug something in, electricity comes out. I don't know if I'm just getting hotter or I don't know. But yeah, sanguine. Those guys they played, they just looked confident, very positive and optimistic. And I don't know if I actually said what sanguine meant earlier, so let me just say that definition for the first time or again. an adjective used to describe someone who's optimistic or positive. And that's what the Huskers look like, and I'm starting to wonder, can we do damage against Ohio State, who lost against Purdue a couple weeks ago? No, I'm not turning that down, my Ohio State friends. That was a big deal. A big deal. So the countdown's on for next Saturday. I'm going to predict right now on air to the 1,033,000 fans listening right now. Listeners, not fans, listeners. I'm going to predict next week that the score will be Buckeyes 38, Nebraska 27. Right there. You heard it here first. Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your kids, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, whoever. 38-27, Buckeyes win. But the Huskers give them a fight. God damn, I hope I'm right. If they lose. If I'm wrong and they win, of course I'm going to take that. But a tide has definitely turned to make me think that these Huskers will no doubt put up a fight. And I think they will end the year 4-8. If they end up even closer to 500, hey, this guy will be very happy. But regardless, the final month and some change of the season will be exciting to watch. And I've noticed, moving away from Nebraska, that's the one beautiful connection I've had with people from back home. It's just Husker football. It's real. It's a real deal. It's a real conversation, no piece, and it's a nice connection to have, especially when you went to the school. And then the whole state's behind one team, regardless if they went or not to the same school. And speaking of Nebraska, I want to share real quick, give a shout out to a man named Andrew, who I caught wind of from a mutual friend named Sarah. I met Andrew during my final day in Omaha this summer, visiting them at their job, and he's a coworker and friend of Sarah, and he is traveling or has traveled to Michigan. I'm going to act as if he is on his way to Michigan listening to this. I was humbled by this message that Sarah gave me today. Seemed like a great guy when I met him, and I can tell he is, especially anybody that's in Sarah's life, she's good people. Anyways, she informed me that he's listening to the podcast and we'll be doing some traveling back to Michigan. I just want to say thank you, Andrew, for being a listener. I appreciate it. It really meant a lot hearing that someone I've met briefly, is just hopefully getting something, whether it be, tips, life, entertainment, anything from this podcast that's touching you in some way, means a lot. And I hope you enjoy that marathon to Michigan. I know how that drive is. It can be that 12-hour plus. I don't know what town you're driving to, but that 12-hour plus can be very long. So the fact that you want to hear my voice is special. Not to get all sentimental, but I really appreciate it. And may God bless you on your trip to Michigan. Hopefully you get there safe and continue to crush it up there. And of course, stay in touch to Sarah and our two other mutual friends, Guillermo and Chelsea. All three of them will be on an episode, I believe, hopefully before the end of the year. I might even do one when I go home and just have them all on one phone. That'd be amazing. But yeah, safe travels, my friend, and continue to kick ass up there. All right, so now let's get into the weekend that I had. So Friday, first of all, the week was very long. Work is starting to pick up, clientele starting to expand, which is great. It's getting stressful, Time to do notes has really decreased, for the lack of better phrasing. Sometimes I feel like I can't do the notes so much unless the client cancels, which has begun to be like a, what's the right word? Not a lose-lose or win-win, but it's been helpful for sure. And I'm looking at the TV, and is that Mookie? Mookie FM Betts. First home run of this postseason, extending the lead to 3-1 against the Dodger Blue. I'm sorry, my friends who are going for LA right now, but damn, that was a moonshot. Gosh, you gotta love Mookie. How he plays the game is so goddamn exciting. Like, get the clam chowder and meet me at Fenway Park for this kid. It's amazing. He's my age. He's a couple weeks younger, but he's killing it like he's like the beast he is. My gosh, I need to get a haircut from him. He's a barber apparently. Man, that was beautiful. I can hear my boy Guillermo screaming at the top of his lungs right now from Omaha. I know it. Anyways, let me get back to topic. So yeah, work is picking up. But I'm starting to love it with each and every day. People I work with are great. I've been very blessed in that regard, and the clients, like it really helps knowing when you're making an impact and that they're talking about you in a positive light when you are living in a place that you don't really know anybody else. So yeah, and I'm excited for the activities I got planned for group therapy coming up this week, and the progress that hopefully we'll continue to make with some of my individual clients. So that was the week. Very long but blessed week. Friday comes, I do my Funky Fitness Friday video, Backstreet Boys style. Remixes of Larger Than Life, I Want It That Way, The Call, which is one of my favorites, Everybody, and The One. I did a card workout for the first time, and I'll talk more about that later when I give my update about my month, but I did a card workout, really gets you sweating. Got that from my boy Dylan, who will be on the show, I believe, next week, especially the Red Sox one. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, did the card workout and then had to upload the video. Then got ready to go to Springfield, where I called home for the first 3 years out here in the West Coast. Went to grad school at Springfield College. My roommates are still in the same house. My roommates from last year, Bessie, Taylor, and Lindsay. Which Lindsay's amazing. She was MVP that night, and you'll hear why in a couple seconds. But yeah, I drove to Springfield. Got back to the old house. Met my Husker buddy from out here. He got to meet the crew. He had a good time, which was always nice to hear. When you introduce somebody to your friends, you want them to click. You just want them to click. Because I think we all know what it's like when you move to a new area and you don't know anybody. So when you see somebody else that's in a similar position, it feels good to connect them with people you know that have really been amazing in your life. So anyways, we get there for a colleague's birthday, he looks like, think of Andy from The Office. Just like him, except he smiles a lot more. He's a dog whisperer. He's amazing. Turns 27 this upcoming Tuesday. And so he got some great shots in. Played some beer pong. Me and my Husker buddy lost, unfortunately. I'm not used to losing, and unfortunately was not the only time I lost this weekend. But I drank a lot more than I remembered. And that's what happens when you mix and people, hijack you to take shots, especially for a birthday party. So, yeah, overall it was a good time, unfortunately. And this is where Lindsay comes in. I don't remember when, but I was in my old kitchen. I turned to the sink. And for those eating right now, I apologize for the noise you're about to hear, but basically this is what I remember hearing last. Bleh. Bleh. Yeah, those sound effects were live coming at you. Throw up. That's what it was, throw up. Got to the sink, and I remember spraying the water in a way that the throw up would go down the faucet. So that's the good news. Bad news is that I did it in the kitchen sink. The good news is that I cleared it up, apparently. That's what Lindsay told me so. But I remember Lindsay patting me on the back. And I've never been in that position where I was on the receiving end and being pat on the back like that before. I can't even tell you the last time I've thrown up. I've seen people throw up. So it's real. Like, I get it. It's a real thing. But, yeah, sometimes you just gotta let it all out. Bad breath sucks, that's for sure, but yeah, and then Lindsay guided me to our old couch, their current couch, obviously, and I laid there. She was a true friend, amiga, that night. I think she even tucked me in, said goodnight, and yeah, so you're the real MVP, Lindsay. The real MVP of the show today. Lindsay Lavabero. Lavabero. Think of volleyball and it's Italian, right? It's Italian. Lavabero. Lavabero. Anyways, she rocked. I don't remember taking my contacts or even getting my glasses, but I did all those things. And then the next morning, traveled to Hartford for day 2 with my guy, my Husker friend. We watched the game, and that's why I was late, trying to recuperate, trying to regulate. Got some good Chinese food. They changed the name of it. It used to be called Wong Wok, and now it's called, I think, the Golden Palace, but thankfully the food's still the same. Amazing quantity for the price you get, especially during lunch special. Oh, Maroon. It's freaking phenomenal. Can't complain at all. Just finished it last night. And then to watch the game, you got some good, I think it was Frank's Pizza, which is like a New Haven style pizza, which, by the way, I grew up thinking that there was only Chicago style and New York pizza. There's New Haven pizza too. I learned this about a year or 2 ago and tried it for the first time. It's delicious, you know. True bacon, not the bitten up or, cut up pieces. True bacon. It was freaking phenomenal. It was delicious. Filled the brother up until later that night I got home. Tried to take a nap to The Sopranos. I kept dozing off, but by the time I was finally settled in, it was time to go to the Halloween party I got invited to by a friend and her UConn grad mates. This was in a town called Coventry. It was 22 minutes away from me. So I'm driving out there, right? Get this. Driving out there and I'm thinking, oh my gosh. I check my phone for 1 second and it says no service. I'm like, is this a possible get out situation? And if you've seen the movie, you get that reference. If not, go see the movie. Especially, 'tis the season with Halloween and all. But yeah, no service. I'm thinking, oh my gosh. And then it's on a lake. But I get there, it's fine. Parking was kind of tough, but we made it work. Then I get out and I ask her, so just to confirm, are other people wearing costumes? Because I really don't want the attention if I'm the only one. And she showed me her outfit, which was, I think, a shark. She'll probably kill me if I'm wrong, but they're gonna do. It wasn't a shark, actually. It was, what are those animals called? Those, God damn it. It's not a whale. Maybe it was a whale. If you're listening, call in at 402 Nedu. What the hell was it? It's like that big looking, to not embarrass myself even more than I already am. I'm just gonna move on. But she was some type of animal. And right when I opened my door, there was big puddles, and she warned me about that. And I'm wearing these Nebraska shoes that if they get in any kind of water, they will fucking soak. So basically, I had to leapfrog it out of my car, which was very tough. But we made it work. I didn't fall. Didn't want to be the guy who came in wet. That would have been very embarrassing. But anyway, so I had my afro to my side just in case. And now, at this point, So I have a t-shirt, white t-shirt, as a diaper, because I wanted to go in as BB Proud from the Proud Family. If you don't know what that show is, please look it up. It should have been a part of your childhood. If not, I am so sorry. He was a twin baby brother, Penny Proud, who is the antagonist. I forgot what the main character is called. I just had this conversation with my roommate yesterday too. Son of a bitch. Anyways, yeah. So I had a white t-shirt as a diaper, and keep in mind, I don't know anybody at this party. There's a bunch of 23 and up year olds, and I asked her the question about the costume too, and I said I just don't want to look that different from everybody or get the attention. And her response was something along the lines like, "You're already gonna get the attention regardless." And I'm thinking that was like a ha because I'm the only, like usual, like most times, college parties, the only black guy there. So I thought, oh, if she means it that way, then okay, I get it. And just to prove her right, yeah, I was the only black guy there. But thankfully, everybody was cool. Shook my hand, said, "Hey, it's nice to meet you," yada yada yada. Did the whole deal, deal, and yeah, then I finally put the afro on after everybody kept saying, "Hey, nice costume," because I just thought I was a baby. But it kind of loses its meaning if you don't know what type of baby I am. I'm not just any damn baby. I'm not just this cute fucking baby, this cute chocolate baby with some high socks and a big ass diaper. I'm a specific baby. So I put on my afro, and that kind of helped, I think, put things together. Nobody really knew the show, which was I was kind of disappointed. They just was like, "Oh, you're just a baby," but whatever. The party was great. Me and my friend lost at beer pong, so I went 0-2 on the weekend, y'all. And if you knew me back in my college days, that's not normal. If you were ever my partner, you know that's not normal. So I took it to heart a little bit, but good sportsmanship. You still shake the hands, look them in the face, and say "good game" while inside you're dying because you're a competitive purse. But we played a game called Slap Cup, I think it's called Slap Cup, which that was fun. I didn't lose there. Actually, the guy next to me lost twice in a row, which was very fun. And then we watched the Boston Red Sox game. They were losing at one point. I want to say it was 2-1. I can't remember now. But then you see guys like Pierce, Martinez, and Bogarts put them ahead, and then Kimbrel scare fans for a bit, but he sealed the deal. Had them up 3-1, and look where they're at now. But it was just fun being around Red Sox fans and Yankees fans too. Those people do not like seeing the Red Sox win. And Martinez, speaking of that future MVP of the season, if it's not Betts, third home run of this postseason to put the Red Sox up by 3. Freaking unbelievable. Yeah, you trot those bases, you 9-figure beast of a man. God damn, that was a moonshot. Again, another moonshot. Look at Betts taking off the helmet. Vasquez slapping him on the ass. Kershaw looking utterly perturbed. Postseason Kershaw, people. That's it, postseason Kershaw. He looks better than most previous postseasons, but you know what you're getting when you got him in October. Anyways, where was I? Yeah, so the party happened. Yankees fans getting upset. Red Sox fans in euphoria. So after the game, I left, but noticing I like to end nights earlier. I think this is a part of adulting, huh? I now get it when my friends want to go home at 12 or whatever. It makes sense. Work really takes stuff out of you, that energy. Your bed just sounds so comfy. So I dropped my friend off, then I went home, slept to The Sopranos, and I went to church this morning. First time in a couple weeks. It was great. It's crazy hearing the priest say like that. parishioners. Churches are decreasing now. People are going less, and he would name some reasons, and I don't know. It's just life is. It's just interesting how life can, hopefully this makes sense. It can go faster than you know it, or things can change right before your eyes. You're not even aware of it. Like I didn't, you know, I never was somebody that didn't go to church, and then I realized I didn't go these past two years. And I think there is one thing that's really mind-boggling me about church. I'll get into that in another episode, though. I don't wanna spend the next however minutes on that right now. But I went to church, came back, ate some Chinese, meal prepped for the week, and talked to my mama, talked to my papa, did some laundry, and went to a comedy show tonight. The main comedian was Pablo. I believe his name is Pablo Francisco, and he was good. He was pretty funny. I'm the type that likes comedians that really just tell jokes and are very. It's the right word. Very. The jokes that make you think, like, oh, I get it. Like, after a couple of seconds, like, damn, that was good. This one, he was that, but he was very animated. I'm not that type, like a Jim Carrey, kind of. I'm not really into that stuff, but there were a lot of, like, damn comments that made you think, like, nobody would say that out in public. But that's what comedy is. Comedians do that, and I like that. They say things that other people are too afraid to say out loud. They're thinking it, but they're too afraid to say out loud. And overall, this guy was good. He had some Cosby jokes, which I can tell a lot of people were very were very like, oh, should I laugh at that? Yeah, he was really good. The opening comedian, not the host. So the one after the host said a word that basically how black people, we have a word that we can say only so to make it fair, to kind of lessen the separation, for lack of a better word, between white people and black people, is to have them have a word too, and theirs was awesome. This comedian really, I don't wanna ruin the joke. I basically am right now, but to save time, he basically said how awesome is a word white people say often, and that's their word. And I realized something as he's saying how if a black person says it, what that means. I realize I say that at times. I think it's just because I can't find another word. But it's only to my white friends, so maybe it is like the comedian is saying, to kind of make them know that we are safe. I don't know. I'll bring that up another episode when I talk about race. But overall, I think it was a good night. It was my first show alone. Or first time really going out in public alone, I think. That was for, like, entertainment purposes. I don't know if I've ever gone to a movie alone. I don't think I've ever gone to a sports game alone. Maybe. But yeah, this is the first time I can remember in a long time. And what sucked at first was that these comedians kept looking me in the eye because I was sitting next to a couple. Kept making eye contact is what I'm trying to say. And I was so nervous that they were going to mention me or ask me a question. So every time I pretend to look at the menu, when they were doing it for too long, and thankfully they did not call me. So it was all good. And now I'm here with you guys. And I want to talk or give an update on October, this month of the journey I started. So this podcast started in October. One of the reasons was to kind of, I've learned, especially through past people I've either talked to just as friends, workers, or intimate relationships, is that I've been told I don't talk about myself often. So I wanted to start that with this podcast to try and teach myself that it's okay not to just have to listen. Because I think my past jobs with journalism and journalism broadcasting, I was so used to asking people questions and interviewing them. And then now with being a therapist, you do something similar to kind of guide the clients into further exploration on either why something is a way or to help them consistently stay in a certain mindset that they're looking forward to reach a goal. I ask a lot of questions. So now with this podcast, I'm trying to be more about me and talk about me, and listening to my thoughts right now is therapeutic, and it is helping me to learn to be okay talking about myself. So let's get vulnerable for a little bit. And open October was a month I really wanted to set out to meal prep every week. And I've done that. Weekends not so much, but during the weekdays, I meal prep every Sunday, and that's gone well. Usually, I've changed it up from one week having pork chops, which is this upcoming week, as the main dish, chicken as the main dish, riblets or ribs as the main dish. And yeah, that's been going well. Sides have usually been salad, and then a fruit with grapes and carrots as well. I didn't go with carrots last week, and I'm not this week, but changing up a little bit with pork chops, cottage cheese, and grapes. That's been something I enjoy eating a lot. Trying to increase the protein and with the cottage cheese too. And I also cooked up some ground beef. Let's see if I can make tacos. So tortilla wraps will be like the only big carbohydrate I'm having this week. I'm trying to start this keto-like diet just for 5 days, just to see what can happen. Where I will eat, instead of, I think it's 2 to 10 and only like proteins and whatnot, I'm going to try eating from 10 to 6 with predominantly protein-filled foods, really looking at the grams and not the calories. And I consulted with my good friend Guillermo Godfrey, and he reminded me that the grams, the amount you want to eat, should, match your weight. So say I'm 210, I'm going to want to eat 210 grams a day or less, nothing more. And I'll be doing that from 10 to 6. And I work out a lot at night, so that'll be interesting to really be mindful of if I'm hungry, how hungry I might be after workouts. But it's really just to see if I can fast until, I'm 2 hours in at work or an hour in. And see any progress. I know 5 days you don't really see it that well, but I'll sell by the scale, see how I'm feeling. My mom isn't too pleased that I'm trying this. She's worried that I won't be able to sleep at night, but what are you going to do? I'll be okay. I usually sleep well. So we're going to test it out, and I'll report back next week. But overall, this past month, meal prepping has gone well, but the one thing I've noticed so the first week was amazing. I felt great about myself. It felt great that I was actually sticking to the foods I was putting out. However, having snacks in the pantry during the second week and having a sweet tooth, because I've really given up sweets, was tough. So cereal, if you know me, I can eat that anytime, anywhere, any place. I didn't have any milk anymore. Used it for eggs. But I still had the cereal. So I'm thinking, oh no. So this is where the excuses come in. And I've done this a lot. When I'm not mindful of the actual goal I have. Completely mindful, I should say. I began eating the cereals like the Fruit Loops, Frosted Flakes as snack. But I went overboard. And especially at night before I slept. And that's the biggest challenge for me, is eating right before bed. I'm sure some people can relate. But eating in bed, there's just something like you feel just good about being comfortable laying down, having something next to you that's not a human, and just being able to chow down. There's something about, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe someone else can, but it just, something about it that provides a lot of comfort. Maybe that's why they call it comfort food. Okay. It all makes freaking sense now. Anyways, that really got to me the second week. And I thought to myself, the excuse was, if I just get rid of these snacks now, I'll be good the rest of the month. And for the most part, that was true, but I would just I'm a person where if I work out a lot and get on a routine, which I was, working out 5 days a week or 6 days a week, like I used to, I get hungrier, and I guess that makes sense. But yeah, at night when I'm just tired and it's like my mind shuts off, and being mindful of what's entering my body goes down to 0%. So these past couple weeks, I'd be eating a lot of peanut butter, crackers, jelly, and I think that made a difference in not seeing the progress on the scale. I'm feeling stronger, which is great. I think I'm toning a little bit more muscle-wise, and the whole saying muscle weighs more than fat is true, but my biggest issue has been I have fat six-packs, so I'm waiting to get to the point where it just turns into six-packs, and that is tough. The stomach is the toughest part, so that's why you see a lot of people with great legs, great arms, but are still maybe shy to show the old belly. And I'm trying to refuse and not accept having a dad bod just yet at 26, especially because I'm not a daddy yet. I'm adult, but not a daddy. So we're still working on that. Hopefully this week, will motivate me to continue it next week and just get really comfortable. But I'll report back next Sunday. But that's basically how the October has been. And I've said basically like 5 times within the past 10 minutes. But basically, October started off really great. First week was freaking phenomenal. It was marvelous. Then the second, third, and fourth weeks, just eating. It's true what they say about the quantity, about things and proportions and all that. It's what you gotta watch for. And I wasn't mindful with that. Lunches were great. I've been great with, saying no to sweets. One thing that's really helped is taking pictures of sweets that I say no to, because it holds me accountable. Because I'll be posting that, a collage of them, sometime soon, of all the sweets that I've turned down. Because if you knew me like a month or two ago, I never turned on free food. And knowing, I can look back at these photos and be like, I said no to that. It feels damn good. What doesn't feel too good is the amount of snacks I would eat at night. And the fact that I did drink a couple times this month. Alcohol was another thing I was trying to turn down. But celebrations and whatnot got the best of me. So I'm going to learn. I'm going to take this month. Really, my point is to really look and reflect on the month of October. And instead of hating on myself, do a good, better, how assessment. And I'll do that off air. But really, we did this in athletic counseling with the athletes is what went good? What do you feel went well? What could be better? Instead of saying what you failed at, what could be better? And the most important question is how could be better. You can't plan something without knowing the how or the why. There's no purpose to that. So I'll assess that, reflect. November 1st will hit, and I'll get to restart and recharge, and I can't wait. I'm going to start that obviously before November 1st, but really hone in for November, especially with Thanksgiving at the end of the month, where you usually go ham. No pun intended there. But yeah, that's basically it. I lost weight at times, gained it back. Is basically, again with the word frickin' basically. I don't say that often. But basically, I lost weight but gained weight. So the goal this upcoming month will be to just be a loser this upcoming month. And I want to give a big shout out to Miss Brooke. She was an old college friend that I bumped into at the Husker bar last weekend in New York at Hudson Station. She said my name, and I was like, who the hell is that? That was friggin' Brooke. Can you believe it? It was Brooke, y'all. Brooke. We went to college together. She's, I think she was a year younger or below me, whatever. And she's now in New York for her rotation. Excuse me. And I'm looking at her, I'm thinking, damn. She looked great. She looked amazing and healthy. She said she feels amazing and healthy. And don't worry, I did get her consent to talk about her before before just telling you all who the hell this person is. But just seeing her reminded me and re-motivated me, ignited a fire again to be more mindful of eating, because she mentioned how it is hard work. But seeing how the hard work has paid off for her, just looking at her, was extremely, extremely motivating. I'm proud of her, and because it's not easy at all. If you're somebody that has lost weight or has tried to lose weight, it is not easy. But when you connect to things personally in your life that can motivate you, it keeps the fire lit, or can reignite it when you are getting down. And for me, I have multiple things that come across my eyes that are that way, and seeing her was a great reminder again of that. So Brooke, thank you for being a good friend and a model of what hard work looks like. But that's it for this episode that I can recall. The Red Sox are up still 4-1, bottom of the 7, 2 outs, 2 strikes. Price to Mr. Puig. Puig, be your friend. The delivery is coming up here soon. It is 10:27. We went almost a full hour. Oh my gosh. Chiniki. Grounder up the middle. Price stops it. Throws to Pierce. And that's the end of the inning. Price is fired up. His night's over. I think he could be MVP. I think he would deserve it. If they win, he deserves to be MVP. Hated on by so many. Call him the comeback kid. Good story there. Yes, it is 10:27 right now, Eastern time. After this, I'm going to be talking to my boy, Ryan Cooney, in Arizona. Catch up with him. Very proud of him. He passed his, I'm just going to call it preliminary exam. I don't know if that's the correct term, but the exam to be able to take the board exam next April. And he told me if he passed that, which he did, the board exam will be that much easier. So shout out to you, Mr. Cooney. Looking forward to chopping it up with you here in a little bit. And resting my head on my pillow. I'm not tired, but it's been a long week. I got to catch up on personal emails. I haven't done that yet. But before I leave you all, let's get into the quote of the week. So we have the quote of the day, sanguine, which is to describe someone or group of people who are optimistic or positive. And I want to do something similar with the quote of the week. And it comes from 4-time world champion alpine ski racer Lindsey Vonn. And here's the quote. Life changes very quickly in a very positive way if you let it. I think that's a great quote for us to begin the week on. Especially those who are, my doc friends who are, stressing with applying for their internships for their final years in the DOT program. That's one thing I do not miss, is the hard work of school. But you guys rock, come so far, and I can't wait for you to feel relieved when they're all turned in and November hits. And maybe you visit me. That'll be lovely. Nice getaway from Springfield. That'll be super lovely. But again, the quote, life changes very quickly in a very positive way if you let it. So it's a reminder that although we're not in control of everything, of others' actions, of how others treat us, we can be in control of how we go into things, how we think of things, how we feel about things, how we exhibit an emotion, how we react to things. And if we do it in a positive way, or with a positive mindset, life-changing can be okay. If we accept things that do come our way and be positive about it. Like I'm choosing to be for this upcoming week and my diet that I'm trying to get back on. Or I should say starting. Maybe this week will be a good one for me. I choose to hopefully let it be. I'm confident. I'm sanguine. I'm going to act sanguine about it too. Sanguine. Sanguine. I don't know. But what I do know is that next week we'll have a guest on again. Might even be during the week. I might even do a special podcast if the Red Sox win tonight. We'll get Dill Pill, old college buddy, former classmate, huge Red Sox fan. Get his emotions on the game. Get a little bit of his career, but mostly the feels that he's getting or that he may get if they win. He's a fun guy to talk baseball to. And maybe we'll get Oprah on. I'm sorry we did not get her on again today. God damn it. I feel like I'm letting you guys down. But we'll try again next week. We'll try. We will try. And that's it, everybody. I'm hoping that you've also had a great weekend and that your Monday starts off beautiful. Better than the weekend. The best you've ever had in your life so far. Life changes very quickly, y'all. In a very positive way if we let it. So until next time. Until next episode. Peace, love, and may your skills be with you. God bless. And que mesia, which means goodbye or later in Igbo. Que mesia.